we want to talk about that vibrational version. And in the hours that we are together today, it is our desire that you become as happy, exhilarated really, about the vibrational reality as you are about the manifested, actualized, demonstrated reality. Because when you reach that place, that realization of the vibration and the subsequent wonderful emotions that come from that, when that becomes a high priority for you, then all of the manifestations, all of the things that you can see and hear and smell and taste and touch, then they begin to flow easily into your experience. And of course, we know that that's what humans think they mostly want. It isn't, but it is what you think you mostly want. You want the dollars in your bank account. You want the money in your hands so that you can exchange it for things that you want. You want your lovers to be tangible, to be seeable and hearable and smellable and tasteable and touchable. You want the tangible demonstration of life. That's why you are who you are. You are extensions of source energy in your very real time-space reality. And we are not for a moment wanting to ask you to draw back from this manifested, materialized world, because it is an extension of the source. But there is an understanding that if you can get hold of it here today, some of you already have it, if you can get hold of this understanding that you are first and foremost vibrational beings living in a vibrational universe, and if you can, for a little while, put your physical senses on the back burner just a little bit and allow your emotional sense to come forth in a stronger way, where you care more about how you feel in a moment than you care about what's actually manifested that you might be seeing. We want you to become the aligner, the allower, the resonator. We want you to care about the resonance of your being. Now, what we mean by that is you were source energy before you came into this body. You've heard us say this so many times, you can speak it right along with us. Let's do it fast. You were source energy before you came into this physical body, and you came into it, you're doing it. You are really doing it. And a part of you came forth into this physical body, and here you are exploring this time, space, and reality. You know what you don't want, you know what you do want, and from this synthesizing of life through your unique and important perspective, you launch rockets of desire all day, every day. And by that we mean you have ideas of what would be an improvement for you, even if it is something as simple as an improved highway condition or an improved kitchen drawer where you can find something in it. You are looking for improvement all day, every day, and launching these vibrational requests. Now, most humans are not very excited about the vibrational request, but we want you to be excited about the vibrational request. And we promise you that you would become excited about the vibrational rocket of desire that emanates from you if you were consistently in vibrational alignment with that desire as you launch it. But you're usually not, but you could be, but you're usually not, but you could be. But if you were in vibrational alignment with the rocket that you launch, you would feel really good all of the time, because as you launch a desire that you're up to speed with, the ensuing emotion that you feel is one of elation, one of passion, one of exhilaration, one of interest. You just feel so good when you are in any moment up to speed with what you are vibrationally launching. So you've launched this rocket, and the larger part of you, that part of you that was in existence before you came into this body, who still is in existence in the non-physical realm, even though you are in this body, you want to call that your soul. We like to refer to it as your inner being, that source within you. That non-physical part of you exists simultaneously with this physical part of you. And when you are aligned with that non-physical part of you, you feel so good. You feel frisky and clear-minded. You feel sure of yourself. You feel love. You feel all of those things that you would describe as feeling good. But when you're not up to speed with that, and it's easy not to be, but we'll help you to be more up to speed with it more of the time, It's easy not to be up to speed with it. When you're not up to speed with that furthermost expanded part of you, which you just caused to become more expanded because of the rocket that you just launched. When you're not up to speed, you feel negative emotions. So your emotions are your indicator of your allowing, of your resonance, of your being fully present. Now, the source within you is always looking to you and through you. Sometimes you get that. Have you ever just had an idea that was so brilliant that you just knew it came from some broader perspective? So two things happened in that moment of that brilliant idea. One thing that is happening all the time is that Source is right there with you, knowing what you're living and flooding the best idea in this scenario that is available into all of the universe. That's the first thing that happens, but it happens whether you know that it's happening or not. But the fact that you realized the idea, the fact that you felt the idea, and when it felt wonderful when you realized it, that means that the second thing has happened, and that is you're up to speed with who you really are. And that's what you're wanting more of the time. That's what you're wanting most of the time. That's what Esther is wanting all of the time. When you get tuned in to this high frequency, you become intolerant of hanging around in lower frequencies. And we don't want you to be intolerant in the sense that you throw little fits. Or big ones. We want you to be discerning. That's a better word. Discerning. We want you to care about how you feel. In fact, we want you to care so much about how you feel that it becomes your top priority. Because when how you feel becomes your top priority, and you are armed with tools to help you line up with this high frequency, pure positive energy. When you know how to do that, then you are in this moment living happily, and in the next, and in the next, and in the next, until you get that happily ever after thing going pretty well. So here you are amidst contrast. But contrast is for clarification, not to beat you up. And the reason that sometimes it feels to you like the contrast of your life is beating you up is because you have not learned to manage your own vibrational relationship with that broader part of you. Some of you would say, well, if Source is so smart, and Source is, then why isn't Source managing the contrast between us better? And we say, because you have the free will to sift and sort and choose and offer vibrational frequencies. You are a transmitting and receiving mechanism, first and foremost. So when you think a thought, you have the right to think that thought. Law of attraction will bring things like that thought to that thought. Within 17 seconds of you focusing on something, another thought like it joins it. And that's momentum. You hold it for another 17 seconds in that thought vicinity, and another thought joins it. More momentum. By the time you cross the 68-second mark, there is enough momentum in your thought to establish your point of attraction. And that really is what we want to talk about all day, every day with you. We want to talk about your point of attraction. And what your point of attraction means is you and what you're emanating, and therefore what law of attraction is bringing back to you. That's all that it means. Your point of attraction means everything, because your point of attraction is you letting in or not letting in, you allowing into your experience things that are a vibrational match to your habit of vibrational offering. Most people have no awareness of their own vibrational offering. A belief is just a thought that you keep thinking. A belief is a vibrational offering. So if when you were born, your parents were feeling money shortage and they spoke it to you on a pretty regular basis, before long, you began to believe their belief. Now, the reason that you began to believe their belief is because they demonstrated their belief all day, every day. Because they believed in not enough money, they did not have enough money. So you weren't making it up. You weren't just picking some unwanted thing out of the air and making it your belief. They believed it, they demonstrated it, you observed it, then you began demonstrating it. So you created the reality of the belief. But it didn't start out as a reality for you. It started out as someone else's reality, which you then observed. In the early days of Esther interacting with us, Esther and Jerry, they would say to us, but mostly Esther, Abraham, I know you don't think that I should be thinking about this or talking about this or watching this on television, but it is true. And since it is true, doesn't it deserve some of my attention? And we said, you have the free will to give your attention to anything that you desire. And there is nothing that is off limits. There is nothing that will go wrong. But it is of advantage to you if you understand that whatever you are giving your attention to, you will eventually make your reality. You will make it your truth. So it isn't that there are things that are believable that you then believe only. While that is true, there are things that are happening that as you focus upon them become your beliefs. It is that you are the creator of reality and your beliefs are what are creating your reality. And so we just want to say that a belief is just a really practiced thought. So many times you will say, well, it's not my fault that I practiced that belief because I was just a little kid. And we say, not yesterday. And what you focus upon, whether you are a little kid or whether you are standing in your fully adult physical experience, what you focus upon causes you to emanate a vibration that law of attraction then matches. It really is just as simple as that. So we think you understand that. In fact, we can feel that you even accept that. You accept that you create your own reality, don't you? Yes. Seth coined those words through Jane. You create your own reality. Jerry said, that's nice to know. Tell me more. You create your own reality. Well, you create it through your thoughts, and you have control of your thoughts. So as you are standing in your now, whether you are thinking about the past, memory, or whether you are exploring the present through observation, or whether you are imagining into the future, you're doing it right now. And right now, while you're doing it, you're offering a signal that law of attraction is responding to. So it doesn't matter if it's the past or the present or the future that you're contemplating. Your contemplation and the vibrational content of that contemplation matters. In fact, it's everything. It's your point of attraction. We've been telling you, you've been listening to us for a while, haven't you? We can tell because you're up to speed. We can feel you coming right along with us. So we're going to make this introduction brief before we turn it over to the madness of your world. So, as you're exploring the variety that surrounds you and you're launching these rockets, there is this expansion that is taking place within you. And the question that we want to ask all day, every day is, are you keeping up with your own expansion? And the answer is yes if you feel wonderful, not so much if you are not feeling wonderful. You can tell by the way you feel. The way you feel is an indicator of one thing and one thing only. It's an indicator of you keeping up with your own expansion. It's an indicator of whether you are in this moment perceiving whatever it is that you are giving your attention to in the same way that the source within you is perceiving it. When you find someone who is really irritating and you feel the irritation of that demanding person, that feeling of irritation that you feel is your offness. It's your disconnection is too strong a word, but it's your pinching yourself off from the vibrational signal of your source who does not feel that way about that person. So that's when Esther would say, well then, I need to give you more information about that person. Because I'm certain if you had more information about that person that you would feel about that person the way I feel about that person. And we say, that's really a big tripping point for all of you, isn't it? Do you realize how much time you spend every day trying to get someone else to see something the way you see it? To validate the clarity that you know that you've come to by getting someone else's agreement. Esther used to say to Jerry, in fact, she still does, hey, I'm going to talk to you about this. Let's talk about this. I want to know what you think. And Jerry would get that silly grin on his face and he would say, I don't think you want to know what I think. I think you want me to agree with you. And Esther never admitted it, but it was true every time. because there's something about someone else agreeing with you that somehow sort of validates you. And we want you to know that the validation that you're looking for is that alignment with that source within you who has expanded and evolved and who stands as the vibrational reality of all that you have expanded.